I've recently heard at least 3 people trot out the old trope that when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. It's such an easy to understand metaphor for staying optimistic in difficult times and turning the tables on what life deals to you. It's the lemony version, if you like, of playing the cards you've been dealt. The expression first appeared in print in an obituary written and published in 1909 by the American writer, publisher and artist Elbert Hubbard in the Literary Digest. In his opinion, a genius is a man who takes the lemons that fate hands him and starts a lemonade stand with them. But it's more often attributed to Mr. Win Friends and Influence People, the king of self-improvement, Dale Carnegie. Carnegie used it in his 1948 book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, by saying, if you have a lemon, make a lemonade. Others used it between the Hubbard and Carnegie instances, but I particularly like this one in a poem published in 1940 edition of The Optimist, Clarence Edwin Flynn. Life handed him a lemon, as life sometimes will do. His friends looked on in pity, assuming he was through. They came upon him later, reclining in the shade, in calm contentment, drinking a glass of lemonade. Good bloke. Anyway, it's a good metaphor, but it actually gives lemons a bad rap. And I like lemons. I mean, what would lemon tea be without the lemon flavouring? What about gin and tonic? Unthinkable without a zesty zing or slice of 2 of lemon. Okay, some people prefer lime, but the purists still choose lemon, and the cynic in me thinks this could be due to the eye-watering price of lime compared to lemon, but that could be, well, cynical. The adventurous might even go for a taste bomb by adding a slice of both lemon and lime, and I salute their inventiveness. But worse than a lemonless G&T, imagine a gorgeous white fish fillet slathered in herbs, garlic and butter, without the blissful finishing tartness of a twist of lemon. The lemon dissing even carries over into song. Harry Belafonte, the singer and actor who popularised Calypso and fathered the magnificent Halle Berry, released a great song, Lemon Tree, in the 50s. Lemon tree, very pretty, and the lemon flower is sweet, but the fruit of the poor lemon is impossible to eat. Dude, come on. We all know you don't eat lemons like other fruit. They're garnish, ingredients. You'd have to be desperate to peel and chow down an entire lemon au naturel like an orange. But lemon meringue pie, lemon cake, lemon souffle, lemon mousse. I love the flavour of lemon in pretty much any guise. Ironically, except for lemonade, which I can't see the point of and wouldn't give you beans for, quite apart from all those empty calories. If you're going to eat calorific stuff, it has to be really yum. But anyway, there is a point to this meandering story. Like most people who've lived any length of time and taken the odd risk, life has lobbed a fair swag of lemons at me. But I'm not bitter unlike those sour little yellow suckers. I tend to see my lemon mountain as an acknowledgement of an adventurous spirit prepared to try new stuff and push the envelope a bit. My adventures haven't been at the extreme end of the spectrum, it has to be said, e.g. journeying to the centre of the earth type adventures. I haven't yet been embroiled in a space odyssey, even a minor one, or been part of any pioneering expeditions to find world-changing places like the Northwest Passage. I haven't even climbed any mountains of great note, but I've most definitely taken the road less travelled at regular intervals. Back in 2010, in addition to becoming co-owner of a creative agency, I was co-founder of a pioneering event app, and I could see the dramatic impact smartphones would have on our lives. The ramifications were mind-boggling and made me think long and hard about the future of branding and design. This resulted in 2012 in a short business plan in infographic form. We were a design studio after all, so why would you write a 100-page tome when you could do an infographic? But this set out the blueprint for a digital transformation of our business. Not exactly messianic, you might say. All creative sector businesses worth their salt could see the writing on the digital wall and the need for reinvention to stay relevant. But my thinking was a little different. I didn't just want to make lemonade, as in shifting from a print worldview to a digital one. We had that anyway. No, I wanted to do something entirely different, to shift the paradigm, as we were so fond of saying then. I understood that our value wasn't so much in our team's undoubted skills and expertise, or our quality of work and the service model we offered. Print or print-led or digital, any pivoting in the business as usual sense would be about survival and continued competitiveness rather than anything else. That meant systemic change, not just tweaking around the edges. Our primary value was, and still is, in the IP around our brand development process, which we've amassed over many years. And you've heard about software as a service. Well, my thinking, couldn't we create a branding as a service offer? I mean, that is, take our IP online and enable people to learn the nuts and bolts of developing and managing a standout brand, drawing on our years of intel, insight and innovation. It was a great idea, but in 2012, it would have required us to build a complex, aka hugely expensive, bespoke web portal. We didn't have access to template-driven websites like this WordPress one I use, with all the widgets and plugins that enable almost any interaction with users at affordable prices. There are even subscription-based learning platforms that host video courses, learning resources, and offer community-building tools. Everything you could want at a tiny, minuscule fraction of the cost of building from scratch. Better still, it's on them to keep adding features and functionality and support the system. Having launched a tech company, I know all about trying to keep up to speed as operating systems change and you have to keep upgrading your tech to keep up. But my 2012 aspirations were ahead of the curve. The idea really wouldn't have succeeded even if we'd had the funding to make it happen. But the times and tools, they have changed. Catalysed by the latest tsunami of lemons delivered to small businesses like mine in the COVID aftermath, supported by the seismic shift to everything online, I'm finally making it happen. So I love working with ambitious early stage businesses, but our conventional pricing structure makes that hard. So my online learning platform will allow anyone to access high caliber brand thinking without the fancy agency price tag. I published the program's flagship Brands with Moxie 8 Steps to a Winning Brand late last year. It's a book that sets out to help entrepreneurs, small business owners and early career marketing and comms managers understand and leverage the full power of their brands. That used up quite a lot of lemons, I have to say. But why stop there, I thought to myself. So then I published a second book, Never Succumb to Beige and Other Tips for a Colourful Life, drawing on the blog that I've been writing for years and the themes that I've been exploring in that. So I'm now converting the remainder of my lemon mountain into making a new product around the Never Succumb to Beige theme, and that's largely. What I'm trying to do is mash up my expertise as a brand thinker and my interest in how people stay visible as they get older in a society that doesn't always make that easy. And so now, as well as creating a video training online courses for branding, plain branding, I'm actually looking how I can take that into personal branding to help mature people stay vibrant and confident. People often think that personal branding is for the baby influencers and the early to mid-range career people, but in fact, to me, personal branding, the branding toolkit, gives a lot of help to people. To try and identify what they're looking for in the next stages of their life, and that can be life and career. So my lemon mountain is diminishing as we speak. But like most things, it comes down to attitude. I've wanted to throw in the towel many times over the last few years, go into hibernation mode, something I've talked about in a previous blog post. But it's so easy to admit defeat and walk away, give up on years of business development and find something less challenging. But I decided to, as the saying goes, keep calm and carry on. And whether your bag is lemonade or lemonade souffle, with the right attitude, you'll always be able to find something to do with the lemons life lobs at you. I'm not out of the woods yet, but I'm really excited about this new departure. I've got two things going at once, both based on things I love doing, both drawing on the expertise and life experience that I have, and I'm just having so much fun. And my new take still has a long way to go to earn its and my keep, but I'm hopeful. I feel really proud of myself. And I encourage everyone in my orbit to think about what you can do with those lemons. Because every time life has given me lemons, I've come back with an extraordinary burst of creativity, bringing a lot of personal growth. Everything is risky. Everything is risky. There's no such thing as a wrong decision. There's just a different destination. I'm saying this as much to shore up my resolve as to convince you or anyone else. But bitterness is seductive. The drama of disappointment is too easy to get derailed by. Making disappointment a defining characteristic is diminishing and a massive turn-off to other people. Life increasingly becomes a dark place where they are out to get you and perspective disappears. So I say, whilst raising my G&T with its extravagant 2 slices, Slanjava, cheers, fellow adventurers. When life gives you lemons, don't just make lemonade, get creative. Make something new and exciting and step away from your comfort zone. What's the worst that can happen? You get more lemons and try a different recipe. Go for it, guys.